But the same way that there's more going on with this team than just the quarterback, there's also more for a potential head coach to think about than just the roster. And I think you have to have someone who can come in and motivate these guys, but also deal with the culture of how the Cowboys do things. And so one of the things that comes up a lot is, like, what kinds of head coaches deal with the owner being so involved, not only with roster decisions, not only with personnel decisions, but also to the point where after a game, they're doing their press conference sometimes before the head coach does. So things like that, we don't want to believe that they affect what goes on the field, but that's something that a potential head coach will think about, especially a potential head coach who has options. And Shanahan will have options. It's not like the Cowboys are going to be the only thing that he can get. Now, one more thing that I will add about Mike McCarthy is that in the midst of all that, of everything that I just mentioned that might scare away another potential head coach, he has still found a way to coach his team to several successful seasons and to inspire and motivate them in the midst of all that. So I would say those are other reasons to keep him around if you want to keep him around. Because we've seen the team do well. And who knows, without all these injuries, maybe this season would look completely different. Maybe. It's hard to say because even with all the players on the field, things weren't looking that great, but that was early in the season. Same thing happened last season, where early in the season they didn't look that great, but they got it together and ended up looking really good, to the point where that early exit from the playoffs was a surprise to a lot of people. So what if he can bring that back, but then correct the postseason issues?
Well, that's the question I was going to ask. Do we consider no postseason successful seasons? You know, everyone can win in the regular season. It's what you do after the regular season. He hasn't been able to perform for some reason. His teams haven't, not him personally, because he's not the only one out there. His teams haven't been able to succeed in postseason. How many years have we gone through these years? Okay, we go to the postseason, we're out of here, we're done, we're one and done. That's getting tiring. This team hasn't had any postseason success in what?
You're
almost
not wrong.
30 years?
You're not
wrong. So
wrong.
he hasn't helped get over that hump. We thought he would help get over that hump. That's the reason why he got hired here, because of his postseason success. Super Bowl victory here in AT&T Stadium. Matter of fact, he did win here, or was it the Steelers that won here?
No, he won in AT&T Stadium.
Okay, he won here.
Yeah, that was eons ago, man.
That was eons. He can't even remember. That's how long ago it was.
Here's the thing, though. You know, I heard you guys talk about, you know, Kyle Shanahan, and I've got his record right here in front of me. 2017, he was 6-10. 18, he was 4-12. And then in 2019, 13-3. Then in 2020, 6-10. 2021, 10-7. So what I'm getting at is that I don't believe that the Cowboy Nation will have those longitudes and latitudes of patience.
Gotcha.
And on top of that, the guy that been knocking the Packers off was Kyle Shanahan. You know what I'm saying? When my guy Mike McCarthy was there. So I get it. You know, finding a perfect coach to fit in with what Jerry Jones liked to do is very difficult, because he's going to be in the way. He's going to be meddling. He's going to be whoever the coach is. They got to be able to dwell with Jerry Jones, regardless of who it is.
So, Law, I want to ask you a question, and you can follow this up too. What characteristics